Thank you, Presiding Officer. Monica Lennon mentioned next week is Love My Bus Week, and I have to say that the event will seem rather ironic for many of my constituents who will be feeling unrequited love after their local buses have been removed. Many of my constituents do love taking the bus, but private bus companies don't appear to love them back. Thousands of my constituents in Renfrewshire are angry, are frustrated and are in despair after McGill's buses cut a huge 13% of services at the start of this month. The company claim the primary reason for this is the government's withdrawal of COVID recovery support funding. These are the latest cutbacks in the bus market that has been decimated over the last 16 years. For example, in 2007, there were 5,400 buses in operation under the last Labour government, but that has plummeted to 3,700 in 2022. As Alex Rowley rightly said, young people and older people alike are asking now the question, what's the point in a free bus pass if there is no bus to get on? And what we are seeing in Renfrewshire is the dilution of some services and the withdrawal of some services altogether. In Kilbarchan, buses being cut from every 20 minutes to 1 an hour. In Erskine, young people without the 22 service to get them to college in Paisley. In Gallaghill and Whitehall, disabled residents losing the service from inside their scheme. In Neilston and Barrhead, cuts affecting NHS workers trying to make shifts at the RAH hospital. And in Foxbar, my constituent, a dialysis patient, having to take a daily taxi journey because of early morning bus cuts. Working mothers in Johnston also facing early morning bus cuts, now finding it impossible to get to work on time after dropping the kids at school. Services affecting Speightstown, Linwood, Fergusley, Hawkhead, Kirkland Newt, Bishopton and more. The list goes on and on, Presiding Officer. And frankly, people have had enough. These bus cuts are unacceptable to them, so they should be unacceptable to the Scottish Government too. People don't want warm words, they want action. They want us to reverse these cuts and urgently deliver a plan to improve our bus services. SPT, who have little resources, have stepped in to support some services, but whilst welcome, temporary and very limited stopgap measures simply won't cut it. So it is frankly astonishing that the Scottish Government has done nothing, precisely nothing, to stop bus services in Renfrewshire from being cut. It is also extremely disappointing that the new Transport Minister is denying the problem with his amendment today and has also so far ignored my invitation to visit Renfrewshire and hear directly from the passengers affected. People in my area are rightly asking, what is this government here for? And for all the talk from the Minister today, not a single bus service cut at the start of this month in Renfrewshire has or is set to be reinstated. The Scottish Government is not a bystander here, so it should stop acting like one and govern. Because this isn't inevitable, we can and should do things differently. There are solutions that should be implemented. Firstly, instead of happily handing over hundreds of millions of pounds of taxpayers' money every year in subsidies to private bus companies, it is long past time to impose stricter conditions on support. Secondly, I don't have time, I'm afraid. Secondly, as Alex Rowley rightly said, we also need a cap on bus fares. Labour mayors across England have capped single fares at £2. Meanwhile, my constituents pay amongst the highest bus fares anywhere in the UK at £2.85 for a 2-mile journey. Finally, Presiding Officer, we need to make sure there is fundamental reform of the broken bus market. Local buses should be under local control. Scottish Government should give local transport authorities are able to bring buses under public control. Thank you, Presiding Officer.